Hi everyone, this is Renee from Paramount Solutions in Orlando, Florida. We are a small privately owned psychic service. We do psychic readings by phone. We love what we do and we'd love to help you. So please call us at 1-800-966-2294. We do specialize in clairvoyant psychic readings. Our clairvoyant readers are very visual readers. They can usually pick up visually on bits and pieces from your past, present, and future and describe it to you. When a better clairvoyant reader can communicate really well, and can actually give you things to look out for, some things that they're seeing and feeling. They can help clients feel better in a reading. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for in your psychic reading. All of our readers do relationships. Some of them can do business issues and questions, timing of events. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for. A lot of times when people call, they're actually psychics themselves. They would actually kind of like to know a little bit more about their ability, maybe which direction to go with it, how not to be scared of it, which we have a lot of people say all the time. We can also have people just wondering about their intuition and spirituality, and they're just kind of interested in maybe learning a little bit more about their gift. We do like to go over just how to tell if you're clairvoyant, because we do think that it is a gift, and we think that it is something that most people can work on with their intuition. Nice to see everybody joining us. Always nice to see people here. We think that you can work on your intuition and work on it to develop it so that you can actually use it in your own daily life. And then we also think that we have excellent readers who can definitely help you. There's many different things that come up with when a clairvoyant reader is learning about themselves and their intuition, that are just key signs that maybe they should be looking into being a clairvoyant reader. They should maybe look into exploring their gift a little bit more. The first thing that I would say that you're going to want to notice is that you do actually have a strong intuition. It is a sign of being clairvoyant, or even some sort of psychic. And then usually what happens is you'll actually end up researching it from there and then learning more about your gift. And it usually happens, a lot of people start exploring their gift in their late teens, early 20s, which is when a lot of people are looking at their religion and spirituality and just different things going on in their life just to see where they're going to fit in with everything. That's why a lot of people do actually start researching psychic abilities around that age. However, I will say that the older we get, the stronger intuition we have, and it's mainly because we are exposed to so many energies when we're younger, and those energies actually help us learn more about ourselves and our own intuition. So the first thing that I would say to look out for if you think you're clairvoyant is a strong intuition. Your intuition is a gateway for your psychic abilities. If you are naturally born gifted and you know your intuition is correct, listen to it. And if you want to hone in further, go ahead and start researching more, because that is actually a sign that you might be clairvoyant. Having an imaginary friend before the age of 5 is often a sign that you could be clairvoyant. However, it's not always a sign that you're clairvoyant. Imaginary friends definitely can be a spirit guide. It could be a crossed angel that's maybe talking to the children. A lot of people think that they see they'll say, gosh, my child was just in there talking to somebody at the end of the bed. Was that weird? And it's like, could be a spirit guide or some sort of entity. Not necessarily bad. Don't worry about it. It's actually kind of good to have spirits around us. And so usually people will see their child talking to somebody and then realize there's nobody there, and they're like, oh my gosh. But it's actually a very positive thing, because their little bodies and their little minds and souls are actually so close to the other side still that they actually have an ability to see it, whether we know it or translate it like that or not. It's actually usually there for the young children. It is the first sign of a psychic ability, is being a young person is seeing some sort of spirit and talking to it. It could be an imaginary friend. It could be just a random, anything. I mean, I think that one of my cousins, from what I understand, not my first cousin, it was a second cousin, but was sitting at the end of the bed talking to, I think it was their grandfather. And it was quite the scary experience, they thought, but it was actually just a really positive experience, because that's actually a visitation, and it's really, really cool, especially with a young person. And I think that a lot of times when we get babies into the world, and then people leave the world, it's kind of a very similar experience. Not necessarily as happy for the end of life, but for the beginning of life, definitely. Another sign of psychic ability is that people go to you for advice. Other people will sense your psychic ability before you will, maybe sometimes. And so definitely when people they will actually feel this energy, and they're actually going to start listening to you for advice. They will trust your advice and energy. It's not bad. It's actually very helpful and hopeful for you. However, it's definitely something to pay attention as a sign that you are clairvoyant. Another one would be that you're a trustworthy person. Being trustworthy in the psychic world is one of our number one important things. We think that that's, in order to have a good relationship with a psychic reader, we do believe, being trustworthy and honest is very, very important. Doesn't always make the clients happy when a reader has to be very honest of whether or not they're seeing something, because some people want things to go a certain way. But definitely honest and trustworthy are going to be very, very good signs of being clairvoyant. Sometimes you might feel like you feel things that are going to happen before they do. And you haven't necessarily researched your gift. That is definitely a sign that you are clairvoyant. When you kind of start seeing images of things that are happening and then you actually witness them in day-to-day life, that's definitely a sign. We do encourage you to do as much research and to figure out your abilities yourself, because it is a lifelong journey, is to figure out your psychic abilities. Sometimes when people ask you a question, you have an immediate hunch. That's actually your intuition and your clairvoyance talking. We always encourage you to listen to that, and that is definitely a sign of being clairvoyant and psychic. Another one is that you have symbolic dreams. Dreams that mean something, dreams of maybe the future, dreams of events that have happened, maybe in the past, present, or future. Those are all very, very symbolic for being clairvoyant. Symbolic dreams are symbolic for being clairvoyant. So definitely pay attention to your dreams and learn how to translate those. That's another step on to honing in on your intuition and your psychic abilities. A lot of people who are clairvoyant or going into being clairvoyant actually have a lot of anxiety. They have a hard time being around people in a large group. It's actually can be just a lot of energy. Psychic mediums really have a hard time with this sometimes. And learning how to close your energy, or not close it, you want to learn how to protect your energy in order to be around large groups. That's very, very important also. And thank you for everybody joining. I always appreciate that. And yeah, if you're talking to the non-living in your sleep, that actually is more of that's more of a psychic medium ability, but definitely very psychic. That's exciting. Okay, so having anxiety definitely can be a trigger, or can actually be one of the signs that you are psychic. People who are psychic are highly tuned. They feel other people's energy. It's definitely a very difficult thing to be around large groups of people. I mean, it depends on the reader, it depends on the person, but we do encourage you, if you have a lot of anxiety, to definitely look into your psychic ability. If you have a desire to explore your psychic abilities, let's just say you're like, gosh, I'm really just interested. I definitely need to learn more about this. I'm having anxiety. I'm having weird dreams. I definitely have, certain visions of things happening or that have happened. We definitely encourage you to explore that. But that also that in your heart, knowing that you need to explore those abilities, that's definitely a sign of clairvoyance. We think that you should definitely explore your abilities, definitely figure it out, try to figure out how to be more insightful and more open to it if you want to. You definitely don't have to, but it can definitely help you. It's just doing your intuition. So if you have any questions on any of this, we would love to help you. Call us at 1-800-966-2294. We also just love to help with relationships, business advice, whatever sort of situation you're in, we would love to help you out with. So call us at 1-800-966-2294. We have excellent readers available now. Bye-bye.